Michella Chester here with your Week 9 Power 10 rankings. So, remember how I said I didn't go crazy last week? Well, go ahead and throw that all out the window because just about everything that could have happened this week happened. So I am going all in on quality wins. Here it is. The Longhorns will sit on top of the Iron Throne in my Power 10 rankings this week after not only knocking off #1 and undefeated Baylor, but completely dominating them. With how they performed that night, I'm not sure anyone could have stepped foot in that gym and beaten them. Breon Butler was back and made her presence known. They also had an outstanding defensive performance with 12 blocks on the match. I know what some may be thinking, why does Texas get the #1 spot? Why not #2 or 3 from last week? Well, Stanford was the #2 team last week and they were swept by unranked UCLA and pushed to 5 sets by USC, so they'll move down. Pitt will be right behind Texas this week at #2. They took care of business per usual this past weekend, but what did I tell you? I am going with quality wins. Pitt may have fewer losses than the Longhorns, but not better wins. Texas just made a statement over Baylor and also has wins over Wisconsin, Minnesota, and BYU. So take your seat, Texas. Wisconsin will be at #3. I said it once and I will say it again. Ever since they cleaned it up this season, the Badgers have been looking like a top-notch team. I know I have them above Baylor, who beat them earlier in the season head-to-head, but quality wins. Wisconsin has some bigger ranked wins this season over Penn State and Nebraska, for instance. Baylor drops to 4 after going down easily in 3 in Austin. The Bears really only had one weapon in that game, and that was Yassiana Presley. She finished with 18 kills, but no other Bears player put up more than 4 kills. A rematch will come though. Minnesota will be at 5 after 2 top 5 teams dropped. The Gophers had 2 wins over the Michigan teams this past weekend. Keep the Gophers on your radar though. They lost to Wisconsin 2 weeks ago, but they have some big wins this season too. I almost put them a little bit higher this week. Penn State is up a spot after a win over Illinois this past week, and Nebraska drops 1 spot below them after a shocking loss to Purdue. Penn State and Nebraska, though, will face each other this upcoming week. Here's probably the most shocking part of my Power 10. Stanford falls from #2 to 8 after being swept by unranked UCLA over the weekend. Following the Cardinals' sweep, though, they dropped 2 sets to USC and then overcame them in 5 sets. Freshman Kendall Kipp had a career high, but the Cardinals have now played 7 matches without Catherine Plummer, but now have 4 losses on the season. It's unknown if or when she will return, but they could jump right back into tip-top shape if she does. Creighton and Marquette will close out my top 10 with Washington dropping out following a loss to Utah. Those two are neck and neck, but Creighton won the head-to-head match, so I will put them on top. BYU just misses the top 10 for me. Okay, it's done. Deep breath, everyone. Talk about a crazy week. What do you guys think about this one? But don't miss out on the next one on NCAA.com and NCAA Volleyball Social.